One Shots gets canceled. Take one. Hello, faithful Secret Handshake viewers. It is I, once again, Elliott Brotherhood, with another faithful transmission from the Secret Handshake skyscraper offices. We like to have fun up here. We like to have fun, but all good things must come to an end, of course. And I'm not one for sentiment. I'm not one for emotions. I have too much money for that. But as this season of One Shots comes to an end, I've been thinking about what else but betterment. What can I do better? What can Secret Handshake do better? Because, of course, it's all about what the listeners want, what you troglodytes want. So, of course, I did what any, multi-quintillion dollar company business owner would do, and I opened up to I opened us up to feedback. But feedback from, of course, our investors, our top dog investors only, to see what can, bring in more money. Because when it comes down to it, what are we doing this for, other than to make money? What is Secret Handshake for, other than to make billions upon trillions upon quintillions of dollars? So I open it up to some of my investors, and I'm going to read some of their feedback now. So this first comment comes from a little buddy of mine, a little, benefactor of Secret Handshake, little guy out from Nebraska, little guy, little buddy of mine named Warren Buffett, coming in hot with our first comment here. Warren says, here I quote, "I liked the structure of last season better. This season was simply less funny due to the fact that Elliott was constantly cracking and breaking on bits." Okay, Warren. Though I appreciate your sentiments here, I took a $3.5 billion improv class, so I think that I know a bit more about how to stay in character and commit to the bit than you do, genius. Okay, but I appreciate those sentiments. I will say, strangely, my name was highlighted in bold and underlined twice here. Not really sure why he felt the need to single me out specifically, but whatever. Here we have another little comment from a buddy of mine out in Washington, Bill Gates. My little buddy Bill Gates here. He says, okay, this is an interesting one. Give control to Joe Borsma. He is funnier than you. Okay. Now, Bill, Joe is a wonderful guy. He's a very talented guy. Very, very gifted improviser. Gifted comedian. You will see me in hell before you see me turn over a single cent, a single share of my company over to that strange little elf man. Okay? I appreciate what you're trying to do. I appreciate the feedback once again. But you know what? I got plans for Joe. And let's just say, before the end of the week, you'll be seeing his head on a pike somewhere on the side of the 405 freeway. But that's besides the point. Much love to Joe. Love Joe. Very funny gentleman. But he just needs to know his place. Oh, he tried to hit us with a cease and desist recently. I don't know if you heard about that, but that was that's not going to end favorably for him. And my legions will be he will be hearing from my legions. Anyway, moving on. Looking here, looks like we have a little comment from Mark Zuckerberg. Oh, Mark. Oh, Zuck. How I love you. How I love that little website you made all those years ago. Your little movie, The Social Network, with Jesse Eisenberg acting like a little imp jumping around, with your little crazy jumping around. Mark says, "Bring back the green genie. That was the only episode I found funny. Plus, your voice is annoying, Elliott." Okay. Okay. Sorry, that one took me a bit off balance. I just think that's funny. Mark is calling my voice annoying. He's calling my voice annoying. Okay, Mark. Okay. Jesse Eisenberg played you in a movie, buddy, because your little eureka little voice. Oh yeah, don't even get me started on your voice, buddy. Let's get you behind the mic and see how well you do. See how well you can appeal to the masses of my trillions and trillions of followers. Yes, well, I appreciate I appreciate all these people's sentiments. I appreciate what they're trying to do, what they're trying to say. They're trying to help me better the company. It's about bettering the company. What do all of us, Mark with his $181 billion. I appreciate, that's cute. It's cute. It's cute, but you know, that doesn't pay the bills. You know, so I would say, you know, I will say Green Genie, we should bring it back. We had a lot of plans to merchandise that. We had a whole business plan. But then unfortunately, you know, let's just say some powerful people in our marketing team fell ill because of, you know, a little curse having to do with that and whatnot. And I don't know, I wasn't there. It was Magic Most Mystical, and hey, I'm a billionaire CEO. What do I know? But yeah, no, the Green Genie can't be coming back anytime soon due to the fact that we are spellbound and cursed because we put him in that one fateful episode. I appreciate the feedback on that. And Mark, let's see how well you do when you get in front of a microphone, you little buddy. Okay. Oh my gosh, you sound like Steve Urkel on crack, cocaine, and ketamine. Anyway, the next little comment here from my little buddy Jeff Bezos, Jeffy boy, out in Florida. Oh man, his quaint little 197 billion dollar little little stipend he gets from his little company out there, you know, selling shirts off the internet and stuff. Jeff says Elliott is simply not funny. Mikkel, Delaney, and Joe really carried this season. Okay. Okay, this is a little scathing. He says Elliott simply needs to stop. Get him off the mic. He's only good at facilitating. Okay. This one kind of hurts a little bit. I'm not really sure why Jeff is coming out with all this vitriol. Especially after that lovely weekend we spent in Boca Raton. Jeff, what's going on here, buddy? Okay. I'm a big contributor to all of those little things you're doing with your little company where you put things in boxes, put your little merchandise in boxes, and, you know, ship it off to you know, Timbuktu and wherever. Yeah, this is a tough one. I really thought we were, you know, I thought we were friends, brothers, lovely brothers, holding hands. You know, we spent, oh my gosh, when we were in the flower field in Amsterdam, and we held hands and walked through the flower field. I kind of thought that was real. But I guess to each their own. I appreciate, again, as I say with all of these, I appreciate the feedback. This one feels less like feedback. This feels more charged. I feel like maybe there's something. Did I offend you? Are you mad at me, perchance, Jeff? It could be. I mean, in fairness, it could be that after that whole thing with the space flight recently, with those powerful, strong women that they sent up to space, it could be that after they did that, I said I can do that by myself, Jeff. And I took one of his spaceships, and I unfortunately crashed it into the I did crash it into the New York Amazon facility, and many lives were lost, many perished, horribly, and it didn't need to happen. But I get that was upset. I made a goof, Jeff. I made a goof. But, you know, I saw those women go up to space, and I wanted the splendors of looking down on the Earth from above, and you know, missing the places and people I love, just as Ernie said in that wonderful show, which is not long for this world. I'll double back with you on that personally, Jeff. I you know, call me. I haven't heard from you in a while, and it's starting to scare me a little bit. You know, life is short. Life is short, and we only have the people that we love, Jeff. And us, you know, us billionaires, well, you know, us rich folk, us powerful, you know, rich folk looking down on the plebeians beneath us. I wouldn't call myself a billionaire. I'd call myself far above that. But we got to stick together. So, you know, that's a rough one. That's a rough one. Okay. Finally, a little comment from Elon Musk. Ooh. Says this one's just from Elon. It says Elliott and friends, where did you take classes for improv? Please let me know. I want so desperately to be funny. Okay. This really doesn't have to do with one shots. I you know, you think, you know, I've taken classes to keep my wits sharp, and, you know, my mind, you know, on task when it comes to putting these sketches together. But you think you can learn this from a class? Elon, what makes me funny doesn't come from anything that I learned from a professor or a teacher behind a desk. This is a gift from God, buddy. This was bequeathed to me from the Lord. You can't simply get this from some kind of 6-week course. Oh, that's it. Yeah, and I do believe you. Yeah, I get it. You. That's important to you. Uh, I couldn't tell you where to go to take classes, but I could recommend a few places to get a lobotomy. You could probably use a lobotomy, buddy. You could use it. Yeah, I know you're probably rolling your eyes at me and throwing your hands in the air, and oh man, Elliott's going on about lobotomizing again. But I would recommend it. I've had I think 3 since I started Secret Handshake, and by golly, I feel better than ever. So I would highly recommend it. Anyway, that's about it. I mean, geez. The comments did. These are just a few that I'm reading. I have one here from Michael Bloomberg that just says, "Cancel the show, dumbass. You're done." All right. Uh, I guess I didn't know that this was bothering people so much. I'm sorry. I didn't know that. I thought one shots was fun. I thought we were having fun. I thought we were making memories. I thought we were having fun in the Secret Handshake skyscraper offices with all my friends. I don't know. I wish. Jeez, you try to welcome the troglodytes into your world. I bring up, everyone's saying that, oh, Joe is funnier. Joe's got the experience. Oh, Second City graduate Joe Borsma, he's the funny one. Oh, Elliott, you should sit back and just run the board, buddy. Well, listen, Joe is funny, and maybe you should all go watch Joe's show instead if that's what you want to do. Maybe I will just give one shots to Joe and we'll be done here. How does that make you feel? How does it make you feel to know that you did this to me? You all did this to me. You billionaire piles of garbage. So maybe we're done. Then we're just done. This is one hell of a ride, but this is where the travel log ends, and you can go maybe watch Joe do his own version of this show at some point. That's under the Secret Handshake heading at some point, maybe. But maybe not. I don't know. We haven't talked about it yet. Because frankly, I can't think of someone who would be better to take on that responsibility. So maybe we will, but we'll talk about it as a company and we'll come to a decision. I don't know. Go to hell. This is Elliott Brotherhood from the Secret Handshake skyscraper offices. Disgraced, spellbound, and cursed. Hurting. Jeff, just call me back, buddy. All right, I gotta go.